Hello my beautiful beanies and welcome to The Bean for Thursday. First with yesterday's news, I am Glenn ZB and because it's Thursday that means we're looking back at Wednesday. So a lot of protesting happening apparently. I haven't personally experienced any of it, but it's going on, so we'll cover that off shortly. We'll also listen to Mr. Smith talking about Kardashian marriage as opposed to normal marriage. With Leighton it's not that different actually. And Lady Six, Danny Watson talks to Lady Six. I'm always surprised there's only one of her. I always expect there to be six of her for some reason, don't know why. So anyway, people are occupying things everywhere it seems. Check out George Wood with Larry Williams last night.
What is the council doing? What can you tell us?
Well, we had a meeting with the mayor last week, and he said they'll be off in a week or 2 weeks. So, but there was nothing firm in that. And I was having a good look today. I see they're taking one of their fences down, but big pile of pallets. It looks a real eyesore. But as far as I can see, I had a look just a while ago, and they're still there, and they've still got the 75 tents planted all over the grass.
So. The mayor's saying off in 1 or 2 weeks. There was nothing definitive. I mean, what discussion, what debate at council level over this?
Well, the mayor said, and his advisors kind of said, we're not going to rush this. Don't want to get into a big confrontation, and we'll do it in our own time and leave it to me. So, I'm a minion in the scheme of things, as well as the minority who want to see them off, and the others kind of sided with the mayor, so that's where we are. And I was kind of elated when I hear that the Dunedin City Council and sounds like the police down there are working together and they're trying to get them off their octagon. So,
right.
That's people occupying ATS Square. We've got people occupying things in Dunedin. This is Bert in Dunedin. Mike Hosking talked to him yesterday. Why are they doing this?
Anyone aggro about you being there?
Oh, yes. That tends to increase sort of as the weekend rolls around. We are surrounded by pubs. So we do have jumpers. We had one individual that was attempting to try and burn down tents, and last night there was an assault on an occupier.
Okay, but apart from that, it's been not the end of the world?
No.
What's the council going to do about you?
Well, they've put on their trespass notice, and the police have said that it's a delicate issue, and we've got to balance the rights of the people to peacefully protest and the people of the community to use the space.
And so are you going to move on or just stay?
Well, that's an individual decision, but I do believe that there is quite a large group of individuals there that would like to stick around and would like to stay because we are addressing these issues. We've got an election coming up, so whether the timing, this is an international movement that just so happens to coincide with an election within New Zealand. So, we have an opportunity to stick it in and hopefully effect some change.
Dave Cole, sorry, carry on.
Some change in the short term, be it making people think about the policies that the political parties are bringing out.
Dave Cole says the place stinks of urine and you need to get out of it because people want to use the place.
Well, I don't know. The place would probably stink of urine anyway because during the weekends the public toilets are closed in the evening, so there is no place for those at the pubs waiting for the taxis to go. Now that since we've been there, we've had a toilet just down a wee alleyway that's been accessible 24 hours a day. And in fact, when the Rugby World Cup games were on, there would have been no public toilets for people. But when we were there, we were directing people to them and they could use them.
Okay, so Bert Holmes there, certainly giving us an insight to the seedier side of protesting and occupying things. And they're coming from all over to protest. TC, she's come from overseas to do this. She called Bruce Russell, who was standing in for Kerry last night.
Do you think that anybody's listening?
I think a lot of people are listening. I've been talking to a lot of the general public in both cities I've visited and countless other people on Facebook and on other websites that they definitely are hearing and they definitely got their concerns. And there's things just as very specific to each city. And not being a citizen of the town, I don't know all the details, but there's lots of people with very specific goals that they would like changed just as much as global movements.
So this is a protest about collective desires or individual desires? It sounds more like
Yes, both.
both.
Yes, there's a lot of... The thing about the solidarity movement as a world or global movement is the fact that, yes, there are things just very simple, freedom of speech, freedom to be yourself, freedom to protest, that you feel that you're not being treated fairly. It is a global movement towards humanity and towards fairness and equality. But there's also countless specific details. Like I said, I don't know a lot about all the details, but there's a lot of people who want minimum wage raised in New Zealand. There's a lot of people that simply want better working conditions in their factories.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused as to what these protests are about. It seems like there's just a general feeling that people wish their lives were a bit better and they want somebody to fix it for them rather than just going out and making their own lives better. Maybe I'm being cynical, but I am the cynical guy here at ZB. That's kind of my job description. So, yeah, you're just going to have to live with that. As part of my role as cynical guy, I don't like reality TV. I want fantasy on TV. I want made-up stuff. So I'm not a fan of the Kardashians, never really seen it, not interested in people who are famous just for being famous. Certainly don't care who they're married to or who they're not married to. Leighton, on the other hand, surprisingly, was quite exercised.
Everyone was talking about Kim Kardashian. Oh, she's only been married 72 days and already she's getting a divorce. What a laugh. Getting married actually is supposed to be quite serious and almost sacred. Once upon a time it was. And it actually implied some responsibilities. And yet there are plenty of us who treat it as a lightweight matter. I'm serious. Plenty of us. And so you get married, you get divorced, and families split up, and then you've got to have two households. And, of course, the costs go up dramatically when you've got two households. How many of us, us, live in two households, one family, two households, because, well, we decide we don't want to live together anymore, for whatever reason? And that's not denying that there are some legitimate reasons why people can't live together, even though they've got kids. They have to work life out because there are some very serious circumstances. But now serious has very little to do with it, if anything. It's because, I'm feeling like my life's being too restricted. I need to grow, and I can't do it unless I'm on my own. Give me a break. We have become so pathetic, and that's one of the reasons that this country's in the trouble that it is. Whatever trouble it is that you might think it is in. That's one of the reasons. Because we don't take things seriously enough when we take on a load. Now, tell me I'm wrong, but I bet you can't. I bet you won't, because you know that essentially it's right. And
I take what Leighton has to say on this subject very seriously, because he's definitely got more experience being married more times than I have. We will finish up with Lady Six, who is up for a whole bunch of tuis at the New Zealand Music Awards. Danny Watson caught up with her yesterday afternoon.
So I got a little tingling in my spine. I love the sound.
Do you? Oh, that's good.
Where has that come from? Is this a background in your family, or is this you just one of those lucky people that has this voice box that's magic?
No, everybody in my family can sing or play an instrument of some sort. Yeah, it's definitely sort of a natural family cultural thing, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose I just really wanted to make it a profession. I suppose, yeah. Well,
it's hauntingly beautiful. I got to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
It's a very sexy sound.
Oh.
Now you've just been travelling through Europe doing lots of gigs. Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, last year